Welcome to the United States of Tiffany. Our commentary offers a humorous take on wrestling. Please note, we're not bullying or attacking the wrestlers. We're engaging with the choreographed sport and its storylines. Our jokes and observations are about the characters and storylines, not the real people behind them. Tourists and citizens alike, welcome. Enjoy the show, and remember, it's all in good fun.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Kira was here bright and early, so shout out to you and hello to Kayla. Listen, I did not watch Smackdown all the way through. I could not do that. It was not giving what I thought it was gonna give. I stopped at Javon Evans in that match. I know that sounds really horrible, but it's been a long day, fam. I'm just not. I have no desire to be a part of it. Hold on. Sorry about that, y'all. I just couldn't do it. Um, I will tell you what I saw, and then Kayla, I know you watched it. So if you watched it, Kayla, you tell me what happened with the rest, and I'll give you my thoughts on it. Kayla does pretty detailed work when it comes to the shows. When I don't catch it, Kayla always got me. So appreciate you, Kayla. I appreciate you, KK. I do. Love you, little sis. Okay. So look, I watched the first half of the show. Um, and my Instagram was messing up, so it made it very difficult for me to continue to do commentary. So I didn't get to do that. But okay, Kayla said she got me on the notes. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, KK. Okay, look. Show kicked off with Cody again, per the usual. Cody came out there, didn't even get a chance to talk because Paulina and his two sons came out there.
My black son. You were thinking, wasn't you?
I'm married to an idiot. Ooh, Kayla making apple oatmeal cookies. Don't that sound good?
Right.
I can't stand KK. I ain't even there. I can't get one. Anyways, He didn't get to talk because Paulina and his sons came out there. And Paulina basically was like, as soon as them two goons showed up, as soon as the Browns showed up, motherfucking Randy popped up like a goddamn Randy popped up out of nowhere, child. And then Paul trying to do his reverse psychology, which he is terrible at. I want y'all to understand, he's terrible at it. He comes in and he says, he says that this little camaraderie y'all two got ain't gonna last because Cody, if you lose tonight, you know, Randy's gonna wonder why he teamed with you, why he helping you in the first place when he could be taking your championship. And then Randy, if you lose tonight, Cody's gonna be like, oh, you're a loser. You didn't do anything. I'm stuck in the ground. Now I got to deal with you too. You know, it was whack. There was really nothing else to it. And then he just act like he had did so much damage by what he said. When honestly, you could have seen that coming a mile away. And Randy was just in the ring like, nigga, he just trying to break us up. Like, we ain't got time for that. We need to calm these motherfuckers down because they coming to our show to take you out. Like, there should be a precedent. You can't just come on our show and start no shit. You feel what I'm saying? That shit might be okay on Raw, but it ain't okay on our show. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, this led to a nice little showdown between the 5 men, which they ended up leaving. And then we got our very first match of the night, which was Sammy again putting on his sixth banger of the month. Okay, all the month of September, Sami Zayn has been putting out banger after banger after banger. He has been performing. Okay, and this week was no different because earlier in the night we saw Carmelo Hayes walking, and he walked past Miz like he ain't see him and he ain't know him. The Miz grabbed him by the arm and said, "Hey yo, like, so you gonna walk past me like you ain't see me?" And Carmelo Hayes is like, "Look, yeah, I see you. What's up?" He was like, "So what the fuck is going on with you? Because last week you left me in the ring and we could have got the pin, but your ass is out here leaving me to get pinned. Like, you left me in there." He was like, "Should have kicked out," and walked away. Miz was like, I suffered like I got 3 finishers, like 2 finishers was put on me before I got pinned. So like, what are you talking about? He was like, "Well, let's just keep real. This little situation between you and me, it's over. It's done with." And he was like, Are you serious? He was like, "We're not a tag team. We're done." He was like, "You can go on and do whatever you want to do. Me, I'm going to take the opportunities that I know I can go ahead and achieve without you holding me back." He was like, you taking my wins, you acting like I'm not as long as we get the dub, that's all that matters, right? But you make sure you're the one getting the W's. Nah, I ain't mad at you. Because he said, usually when I break up with somebody, I drop them. But we cool. But I'm going to go do me and you can go do you. And that's on period. And he walked away. And Mia's little tight-lipped ass was not happy with that. But of course, Sammy had an open challenge. And the open challenge always requires an opponent. And with that being said, Carmelo Hayes answered the call. Now, this is his second time going after that U.S. championship. And of course, he was like, we ran this back. We should run this back. We had an opportunity before, but he said, I ain't got nothing holding me back. I ain't got no dead weight on me. You feel me? It's just me. And I'm ready to go. You know I'm one of the greatest, and you know that I can beat you. So let me show you why. And let me alleviate you of that U.S. championship. So as Carmelo began to walk down to the ramp, here comes Miz with a skull-crushing finale on that plexiglass floor. Baby, it was murder she wrote for motherfucking Carmelo Hayes, okay? He was out. And then here come Alistair. I mean, Alistair just come out and walk right over the motherfucker. It was like, oh my God. an unfortunate event has occurred. Well, I'll take my rightful place. Thank you very much. And so he did. Alistair put on a nice match with Sami Zayn, but he also forgot about a loose end. This is what happens when you incessantly attack people from behind over and over and over again. Your ass end up getting put through a motherfucking table. Now, Damien didn't technically interfere. What he did was he walked out there during the match, made it look like he was going to get involved. He provided enough of a distraction for Sami to get off the haluva kick and hit Aleister Black with the Blue Thunder Bomb. Now, before that match was very much in Aleister Black's favor, and it could have gone either way. But unfortunately for Aleister Black, it went in Sami Zayn's favor. Now, Samuel got his belt, ran out the ring, and took his ass to go on to the next city. Okay. Damian Priest decided that he needed to put a little extra oomph on this costing of the belt. You see, he decided to grab Aleister Black, clean off the announcer's table, and throw him through the table via a razor's edge. So it was game, set, match. I imagine all this at the next PLE. He gonna have to do something. Saturday Night Main Event is on November 1st. And I imagine that those two are either gonna fight it out then, or they're gonna fight on a Friday, and they're gonna have to make it a last man standing match because they are just going at each other's throats, and they gotta move on some way, somehow. Okay. With that being said, we're gonna continue to move on as well. I'm gonna get this out of the way while I still can. Tiffany's ass went out there to go talk to Stephanie. They had a little contract signing. They had their conversation back and forth. Quite frankly, I feel like this didn't have to happen in the ring. And it's no shade to Stephanie because I love Stephanie. I ain't had no issue with Stephanie. But Tiffany tacky ass came out there with her track showing, weird outfit on with the cherries and the platform boots was unnecessary. It just was unnecessary. I thought it was gonna be a nasty step. Thank you, DeAndre. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Kayla. I see you, Kayla. Anyways, they had a 1-2 diddly back and forth, and then Tiffany's ass left. And then Julia attacked Tiffany, and Julia was just like, she came out there and basically fuck ass Kiana came out there to try to recruit Stephanie to be on her squad. And I'm like, girl, how would that even work for you? Like, please be fucking for real. She was like, you're a star, but you're not a superstar. I'm like, bitch, you're not a superstar. You're not a superstar, bitch. So how you gonna talk about elevating her when you ain't even elevated? This woman has a championship. And 90% of the people who watch wrestling know more about Stephanie than they know about your ass. So why you worried about whether she's a superstar or not? You need to be worried about you and your client. That's what your ass need to be doing. And the next time you bring your ass out there with the tight ass clothes on, make sure the split is big enough so you can at least walk with your dumb ass. Can't stand that lady. I don't like her. Anyway, you a star, but you not a superstar. You a whole ass weirdo. Did you see CM Punk's joke? He called Bronson Reed's wife Tsunami. I'm sure. Never mind. I'm gonna be quiet. A joke came to my brain, and if I was just sitting here with my family and probably like one or two of y'all, I can say it, but due to the fact that I'm in mixed company, I can't say it out loud. I'm just gonna leave it at that. But that was funny. Hello, Lady Gates. Hey. DeAndre said it was announced as the last man standing for next Friday. Very good. You said the exact words about Priest and Black, but it's going to be next week. I am a Sackett. Not the tracks, girl. They were highly visible. She irritating with her tracks. Anyways, this is where I need Kayla help at. Kayla, so get ready because we're going to Javon Evans match with Ray Phoenix and the what's it called? Legado del Fantasma. With Legado in there. Okay. Mixed company is crazy. I am in mixed company. Hey, Rico. So, Kayla, tell us what happened in the sidebar about what happened between Javon, Ray, and Legado. Just tell us what happened, and then I'll read it and tell you what I think. But leading up to that, we're gonna get to Chelsea and them right now. Since Kayla gonna type that out, we're gonna do Chelsea and them. So in the bike, Soul and Zaria are looking to challenge for those tag team titles. And as they were talking to Nick, because Nick's been quite, very impressed with them, and of course he's gonna be recruiting because they claim they're doing their call-ups differently, but I just think they're just doing them more quietly. Nick has been, putting his bugs in people's ear. Look at Javon Evans having a showcase. You got Soul and Zaria getting matches. They need to put Lash on SmackDown as well, make it an all blick affair. Okay, make it all blick. Okay, but anyway. So Zaria, Chelsea, and what is her name? I always forget her name. What is the redheaded girl name with Chelsea?
Alba Fire.
That's her name. Thank you, baby. Alba was out there. They was arguing back and forth trying to recruit because Piper injured. They don't know when Piper coming back. So they decided that Soul and Zaria was like, well, since y'all, out here talking, we want to be able to showcase what we're capable of. We can take y'all on again since we beaten y'all before. And Chelsea was like, that is not what I came over here for. I came over here for recruits. And she was like, well, you can recruit this ass whooping. Okay. And Nick was like, you know what? I agree. So it's going to be y'all two versus y'all two tonight. Go get your gear. Get ready, bitch, because you're going to have a match tonight. Okay. All right. Thank you, Soul and Zaria. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you. So the girls went out there. Okay. The girls went out there and they had a ball of a match. Okay, Chelsea and Alba was out there cheating their ass off. Soul and Zaria was whooping ass. And it came down to the final blows and throws of the match. And ultimately, Chelsea suffered a soul snatcher. She got her soul snatched. Okay? I wish she would have called it the Soul Reaper. You know what I'm saying? But I get having your soul snatched. I get that. You know what I'm saying? But I just like Soul Reaper. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, she got her soul snatched. And Zaria came in there to, big up her friend for getting the dub. And Soul and Zaria seem to be on the fast track to being one of the teams to contend against the current tag team champions in Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. Now, they went backstage and talked to them, and they had said, listen, we appreciate them. Okay. They are out there doing their thing. They are out there working. Okay. But, and I do mean but, we know what it's like to get out there on the floor. We get into it. We haven't mixed. You having problems. But at the end of the day, we're going to always be on top of defending our championship. So when they are ready, when they have earned it, when they get their shot, we're going to be ready. And we gonna beat them. Period. Charlotte was like, period. I'm with you. And then they had they little in front of me tit for tat, and then they left. Now, what we did get, like I mentioned before, was Javon Evans and them, and Ray Phoenix was facing off against Legado del Fantasma. Okay. Now, Kayla said the match was good. It had lots of high flying, but Javon and Ray Phoenix won clean. Okay. I expected nothing less. Javon's been on quite the roll. All right. Let me see what Switchblade want to talk about today, baby. Since WWE doing both singles crown jewel championships for both men and women, world champions. Why not have a crown jewel championship for both the men's world tag team champs to see who's the best tag team? I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know. I don't know. I can't answer that. Quite frankly, am I surprised that they didn't do that? No. If they did, they would have to add 2-3 more matches to that card, and I think that would just make the show too long. Unfortunately. Do I think it's a good idea? Sure. I like the idea of having all the champions face off for a shot to be the ultimate champion. Seeing as how we don't do that for Survivor Series anymore, they coined Crown Jewel as the way to do that. And I feel like giving out rings for each one of those types of fights is a good idea, you know? So this isn't bad. I don't see anything wrong with doing it. It's already gonna be Crown Jewel already gonna be in Perth, Australia. That show is coming on at 8:00 in the morning. Like they ain't gonna miss nothing by adding a few more matches. And I'm sure Australia would love it, but I can't tell you why they didn't do it, babe. I have no idea. She has been vindicated. I have exercised the day. This house is clear. I'm a 90s kid, okay? You'll get it when you watch a couple movies. Get it together. Because they didn't think about it when they did the singles championships at the time last year. They didn't think about it this year either, Aaliyah, if we being fair. Side note, how many apples, specifically Granny Smith, make a cup? I don't know, Kayla. It would depend on how you cut it up. So why don't you cut it up and see how many fit in the cup? And then you can go from there. You can dice them up small, you know, whichever one makes you happy. But if you dice them up small, you'll have more apples in there. You see what I'm saying? If you dice them up bigger, you'll have less apples. Yeah, like dice. You've never seen diced apples before? What kind of apples are you using? Are you using cooked apples? Like applesauce? Or are you using like apple pie filling? Oh, man. Hold on, y'all. Jerry hot. Got to turn the fan on, baby. You feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Okay, I'm done. Final match of the night was Randall and Cody versus the Brownies. Fresh apples. Yes, you can dice apples. You slice them on each side of the core, and then you dice them, slice them. Go on YouTube and look up how to dice apples. That's not a dumb question, and it's not stupid. Some people don't know how you can dice apples, and they have videos showing you how you can dice apples. Promise you it'll help. All right, so the Brownies faced off against Randall and Cody. I'm not gonna lie, don't know how this match went down. I just know how it ended. Seth Rollins came in there and caused a ruckus. I guess he got tossed out of the ring, and Pauline was trying to tell him, hey, whatever you thinking about doing, don't fucking do it. Don't do it. Seth Rollins came in there and curb stomped Randy right in the goddamn head so that Bronson Reed and them could win. Just curb stomped the shit out of them. Now, they just cheating like a motherfucker. Just cheating like a bitch.
Because that's what they are.
Hold on.
Oh, fuck.
Now, Cody came back in there to check on Randall, make sure he was all right. But Seth losing his shit, and went back in there, ended up getting crossroads. His oracle tried to tell his ass, don't go in there. You got to listen to me. Don't do it. And his stupid ass went in there and got a crossroads put on him right there in the middle of the ring. Got laid out. Now the Bryans fucking Pauline trying to tell the Bryans to stay back. They sit up there like, oh, why we can't go in there? What are you talking about? Don't go in there. Baby, the oracle said, no, don't go in there. Stay back. And they couldn't understand why he said that. They couldn't understand it. Kira said, peel the apples first, then dice them. She right, you can't do that. The Brian specifically, not my man. Specifically, Brian said, not my man. Pin Randy thanks instead. Thank you, Kayla. Okay, so look. Pauline tried to tell that man to take his ass on. You done did your damage. Everything is done. He didn't want to listen. He ran his ass back in there and got motherfucking crossroads by Cody right then and there. Now listen. I am of the school of thought that Cody probably is going to lose this match at Crown Jewel, but I really want him to win just so Seth can continue to spiral because I enjoy the spiral. I enjoy the spiral, right? I really don't care which one of them wins this match, but I would really like to see Seth continue down this path of madness because he would never feel like he could beat Cody. And it's just like at every turn, he's getting beat, especially by Cody. That would stick in my craw if I was Seth Rollins. So I'm just for the sake of making Seth feel inadequate, I would have Cody win that match just for the sake of the spiral because it's going to cause him to lose his shit. And that Pauline's loyalty, gone. Bronson Reed and Brian Breaker, gone. He going to be alone once again. I promise you that. But anyways, they probably going to give it to him. You know what I'm saying? They probably going to give it to him. But listen, here's what I think is going to happen in the next few weeks. You see, going into Royal Rumble, Cody Rhodes is going to need an opponent. Now, I don't know about you, and I love Randy Orton the way he is, but I do want to see Randy and Cody fight. And I think after this hit from Seth, this is going to start the beginning of the shift of Randy. You're going to start to see some slight changes in him. And it's just going to be very subtle because if you have been paying attention, Randy has been staring at that man's title for weeks. Every time he sees him, his eyes stay locked on that championship. I don't think that Randy's going to stay a face for long. Quite honestly, I don't mind if Randy's a heel. Randy being a heel is kind of fun. And plus, this bigger version of Randall being a heel is going to be very interesting. Now, it seems like the Street Profits have gotten themselves back together for the sake of pushing Carmelo Hayes and The Miz. And I'm going to explain. Because prior to this interaction between Carmelo and Miz, I think that they jumped the gun by having the Street Profits lose their titles, or rather the way that they did, and for them to split up the way that they did. I think that they should have started with Miz and Carmelo to begin with, and that would have catapulted Carmelo to where they need him to be. They need to start building new stars. You can't build new stars without having them. And the way you're supposed to do that is to utilize your veterans to build up those guys. Carmelo already had the smoke. All you had to do was give him the ball. You know what I'm saying? Don't be a ball hog like Carmelo. And you gave me a ball hog. You got to share the wealth. You feel me? So look, I think that the catalyst for Carmelo obviously is going to be this feud he has with The Miz. They put the Street Profits back together because right now they're the most viable tag team on the roster who can go after the Wyatt Six outside of DIY. Okay. And on the roster, they're the most over tag team with the exception of DIY. And really, that's it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that they can't do anything. They definitely can. But at this point and at this rate, there's no point. Okay. So, like, I'm curious as to how they're going to do this and what they're doing because they didn't really give you any rhyme or reason to how they were able to make up and get themselves together. And I wish they would have because context is always key. It always sounds better when you can make it, look and feel better instead of just, giving us play us fuck up type of moment. You could have at least let us see them talk it out and get it together. You feel what I'm saying? That's all. That's it. That's all. I love Seth, but does he not realize how fed up with, how effed up for me it is to agree with Paul Heyman of all people? Child. Can WWE have the Bronze challenge Finn and JD for the tag titles on Raw? Like, come on now. If Seth wants to show that the Vision is the powerful faction on Raw, why not have the Bronze go get the tag titles? They haven't gone after the tag titles yet because they haven't gone after them yet. Doesn't mean that they won't. Why do you need to have them right now? They will get them eventually. I don't think that they're going to just throw them a tag team title. It might be a tag team title shot on Monday Night Raw. But they have to get the interaction correct. What are they going to do? Just book a tag team title shot for them and they get to have the tag team titles right off the top? That don't sound right to me. I feel like with him being the Vision, they got to set it up. Seth got to be like, I want my mans to have gold just like I got gold. That probably will happen after they finish up with Crown Jewel. Crown Jewel is coming. It's getting ready to be over. More than likely, they're going to have those titles on the line, probably at Saturday Night Main Event. At least I would. They don't have shit else to do. And they haven't defended them since they won them. I think they defended them once or twice. But I think they'll get them in due time. It doesn't make sense for them to be put in this faction and then immediately make them go after the tag team titles. It has to make sense. I'm not saying that they shouldn't be going after the titles, but just like you're thinking it, I'm sure everybody else is thinking it. I was thinking it, but it's not like it's the end of the world that they don't have them at this very second. They will get the tag team titles. When they do get them, then you're going to find something else to complain about. You're going to find something else. It's like no matter what WWE does, even when they're right, wrong, or indifferent, everybody finds something. You're looking for something wrong with it. If you just have a little bit of patience and just let things play out, you probably will see what you're looking for or get what you're looking for in due time. I love Seth. Okay, I read that. I love a good spiral, right? It just would be tea. It just would make you go, Your anguish sustains me. I'm here for Cody having the 23-0. That's crazy. He said, don't do it, Miss Sophia. Don't do it. No, Miss Sophia. Went in there and got his ass whooped. That's what he get. And we be fed, period. But y'all, that was SmackDown. To be honest with you, it went by really quickly. It was short and sweet. Of course, they're trying their hardest to build up for Crown Jewel. Crown Jewel is next weekend. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I am not doing commentary on Crown Jewel. Not at all. I might go live later, but next weekend is my mama's birthday. So we're gonna be celebrating my mom's birthday. We're gonna be grilling, we're going out, we're gonna have a good time. So I will not be around. But that third week of October, I will begin posting the Wrestle Eats content because y'all have been so patient and so nice to me that it is coming in October, and I cannot wait for you to see it. Now it's gonna be very rustic. I'm not making it polished. I'm just gonna be in my kitchen cooking. Simple as that. Okay. Some of it's gonna be voiced over, and then we'll sit down to the table and we'll eat and we'll pop off. Okay. So you'll get the first episode. Let's push it back to the week of the 20th. So between the week of the 20th, during that time is when you guys will get the first episode, because I have to do the editing and everything all myself. And I'm still going to be filming parts of the content throughout the week. And then I'll do the heavy lifting stuff when my husband comes home, and we'll get it together. And of course, we'll eat and do the questions. Like somebody put a question up there for me, and I appreciate you so much because you listened. You gave me 2 questions. And I was like, hey, love it. So if you have questions for me, please feel free to send them to me. You can DM them to me over on Instagram. My Instagram is scrolling at the bottom. All of my Instagrams, all of my social medias that are active are all the same. You can find me everywhere except for Snapchat. I'm not on Snapchat. You can find me on Facebook, but I rarely use my Facebook, okay? But you can find me on Instagram, and you can find me over here on YouTube. If you want to give me a question on YouTube, just put it over in the community tab. There is a post over there talking about Wrestle Eats, and you could just put the question under that part of the community tab. I will see it, and I will add it to my questions log, and I will ask those questions, answer those questions when we get to the Q&A portion of the show. So, Wrestle Eats is coming. I cannot wait for you guys to see it. Again, it's going to be very rustic. I'm not making it polished. I'm not doing that. We don't have aesthetics in this house, okay? We're just going to be as real as possible. I am not a clean cook either. I get food everywhere. So, y'all about to see a real rap raw, okay? I am going to watch Braun Strowman's new show. Braun Strowman has a new show, and it is called Eat Everything. Is it called that? Eating Everything on the Menu, or Everything on the Menu. Everything on the Menu with Braun Strowman is coming out. I'm going to watch that. I feel like it's going to be funny. It gives that man versus food type of vibe, Carnival Eats vibe, you know, and I love those shows. I wish they would bring them back. I love the Carnival Eats. So I'm going to watch it. I hope they keep it on USA Network because it's so funny. And Braun Strowman is just a funny dude. He seems very funny and very cool, very mindful, very demure. Okay. But anyways, make sure y'all stay tuned as well, because on Tuesday, the very first part to my Seth Rollins analysis is coming out. And baby, you're not going to want to miss it, because part 2 sums it up for you. All right. I want you guys to keep yourselves peeled and interested. And we're going to finish up Becky's book as well and finally get that analysis done and out to you guys as well. Y'all, I love y'all. I will see y'all soon. And don't forget to look out for Wrestle Eats. I really want y'all to support it. It is a very, 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 very big labor of love. And it's going to take a lot for me to film this show. So please support the show. Do not forget, on next weekend, on Saturday, Crown Jewel is coming. Okay. It's going to be on at 8 a.m. 8 a.m. But you can always watch it on the replay. Okay. You don't have to watch it at 8 o'clock in the morning, especially if you want to avoid spoilers. Don't go on social media. Stay off of your phone. Okay. And, you know, just have a good time. But we're going to watch Crown Jewel later on at night in this house. Okay. But anyways, you're going to have Seth Rollins facing off against Cody for the Crown Jewel Championship. Stephanie and Tiffany are going to face off for the Women's Crown Jewel Championship. We're going to have a dream match between AJ Styles and John Cena once again. And there's a tag team matchup between Io and Rhea facing off against Asuka and Kairi Sane. These are going to be some good matches, okay? It's going to be very, very interesting. I love you all. I will see you all, guys, on Monday. Bye-bye.
Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe for more wrestling content. Check out our merch and consider becoming a member for exclusive perks, special emojis, and members-only content.